Does the ride-on mower increase your profits? Is it really worth the investment? Come out in the road and we'll have a look. G'day YouTubers, Jeff McPhee's Gardening, Melbourne, Australia. This is my favourite day of the fortnight because I'm on my ride-on all day. I just love it. I've been doing this a long time and I really get great pleasure out of whizzing around on the ride-on. The reasons are, it's easy on the body, it's not that strenuous, and more importantly, I can earn 3 times the amount that I can over what I do through the week on a normal day, and probably less hours. The thing is with a ride-on mower is to keep the round tight, like our normal round. Keep it tight. Have a look at this. I'll show you what I've done today. There you go. Now, the mower I was using, it's 15 years old. I have got another newish one, which is a bigger one again, but I rarely use it because I don't have the big large ovals anymore. We don't do those, well, we lost them through COVID. So I'll just do the small factory and office complexes. Now, you don't have to have the biggest and the best ride-on mower, but you have to have a reliable ride-on mower, and I believe you have to have a commercial ride-on mower. Now, they're not cheap. You know, you could spend as much as on a ride-on as you would a second-hand car, and worse off is the maintenance costs. Is a lot dearer. If you put it in for a service at the local mower shop, your fee for the service will be dearer than your car. So that's why you really got to learn to do it yourself. But we'll talk about that later. So today there was 8 properties I showed you, all up. That was $1,540. The cheapest one was $99, that's my minimum, and the dearest was $440. Now, I'm not going to label each property because I don't want anyone getting on YouTube and stealing me properties. Don't worry, that can happen, but pretty trusting soul. So what we've got to look at now is, what do we want to do when we have a ride-on? Now, do we want to buy a ride-on and then chase the work, or do we want to get the work and then buy a ride-on? That's a decision that you're going to have to make. I was lucky. I got a school contract when I first started using a ride-on, so I then purchased the ride-on mower. So that was an easy thing for me. But probably if I did it again, I would buy the ride-on first. There's 3 types of ride-ons. As we said, as I'll say later on, is the tractor, the zero turn, which is I've got, and the standard, which is very popular now. Mind you, I'd rather sit down and stand up, but the standards have got a lot of advantages too. As I said, you don't need the biggest and the best ride-on. You need the most reliable ride-on, as I said before. I see a lot of guys, I'll buy a ride-on and it's not suited to what they want it for. And of course, what happens, it's up for sale. So when quoting for these ride-on jobs, make sure you cost it properly. Make sure you're capable of using the ride-on to its best abilities, and also ensure that you keep your round tight. There's a lot of blokes out there that are running ride-ons at very cheap prices, and they're running around knocking down great big long grass. For that type of work, you want premium dollars and you want a premium ride-on mower. Personally, I don't touch that work. All mine is manicured lawns either weekly or fortnightly, so there's not a tremendous strain on the ride-on. So I always take that type of work on. Now, don't be frightened of having a ride-on. Think about it. Think about how big you want the ride-on to be, what type of work you want to tackle. Mainly acreage work or Commercial work is what a lot of our work is. Commercial work is very competitive, but it's if you do get them, you've got them for life. As long as you're prompt, reliable and professional, you'll always hang on to them. Commercials, a lot of them don't take the cheapest, they don't take the dearest, they take in between. But it is a competitive game, so that's something to think about. There's two types of decks now. This one is what they call a fabricated deck, nice and thick and heavy duty. These are all on commercial mowers, and you'll find if you hit something, it'll just bounce off. Whereas you get a residential ride-on mower, you'll get what they call a press deck, and you hit something, 9 times out of 10 you either have to replace it or major repairs on the deck, so that's something to consider. Always carry a fire hydrant. You never know when you might hit a stone and start a grass fire, or you might start a fire on your mower. As I say, this is a simple zero turn. It's Hustler only because farmers designed it easy. This belt to replace that, 60 seconds, change a belt, no tools required. I know this thing back to front. It's certainly done me well. It's 15 years old. I've got another big Hustler, which I don't use as much because I love this one. This is 15 years old. It's never missed a beat. Change the spindles, change the blades, and change the oil every 20 hours. Really good. The biggest thing to do with ride-on mowers is to do your research. Whatever you decide to do, make sure you've got backup, a local supplier that can help you with any problems with the mower. But the thing is, do your own maintenance you can. Gradually do more and more maintenance, because the more you understand the machine, the better off you're going to be. You're not going to have problems of breaking down in the field because you'll be able to fix it. I think I've gone to the dealer once in the early days. I had a problem adjusting the valves in the motor, but other than that, I can do everything on this ride-on, only because I've learnt, and YouTube's been fantastic to learn all that stuff. So consider that, guys and girls. I think it's certainly worth having a look at a ride-on mower for your business. If you do decide to go that way, you won't regret it. Providing you price it right, you target the right areas, and you use the right ride-on for the right job. Look, I could spend hours talking about ride-ons. I think the best thing to do is research, have a look at all the 3 types of ride-ons there are, have a look at the work that you're going to get for it. If you want to do manicured lawns, which is I do mainly, which you've seen in the previous 8 jobs I've done, all manicured lawns. Long feral grass I tend to keep away from. I think it's a lot of wear and tear, and there's a lot of little surprises in the grassed areas. So, but you can make big money out of those. So, but you need to buy an appropriate machine if you use that. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. And a couple of likes and comments, much appreciated. Thank you. Bye.